I put this off for a day or two, but it's time.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere? Andrew Tate! Andrew Tate is an Anglo-American kickboxer turned influencer whose extreme misogynist videos have helped make him the most...
I thought he was half black or something like that. Is he Anglo-American? I don't know about that. I thought he was half black. Is he? I don't know.
Most viral man in the world.
Bang out the machete, boom in her face, then grip her up by the neck. Okay. Shut up, bitch!
On December 29th, he and his brother were arrested.
Man, the judge is really going to like that one.
By Romanian police as part of a rape and human trafficking investigation.
The Matrix has attacked me.
A few months before their arrest, I was in Romania trying to get access to their so-called secret society, the War Room.
The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today.
Andrew Tate.
To get inside, I had agreed to endure a professional cage fight in Romania.
I know he's gonna lose, but wow, he's actually in there.
Along with 100 Tate superfans.
We shouldn't be slaves, we shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs.
I need to grow, I need to get better, I need to evolve.
I'm not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
This chain, hold on to it.
What I found out...
My plan was to sow anarchy.
...is that this recent arrest appears to be just the tip of the iceberg.
This is definitely a hit piece.
I don't care.
The real story...
We've clearly conquered the internet.
...began years ago.
There's not a single female complaining on the planet.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate. He was sweet and I guess vulnerable to being brainwashed by Andrew Tate and his cult.
People don't know what he's done.
I don't know why so many people are dancing around the topic that why is Andrew Tate popular because he beats the shit out of and disrespects women? I think it's probably Occam's razor. It's because a lot of guys want to do the same thing. That's what I think. Yep.
If you haven't heard of Andrew Tate yet, it's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed. His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times, and in July he was more Googled than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump.
That's a lot, man. People have the question marks. Are they really question marks whenever a lot of the people that, a lot of countries in the world do this shit already? Do you really think that's a question mark? Okay. That's fine. Am I the only person that, whenever I see, I've seen a few of these recently, and there are these, videos of a guy beating the shit out of a girl after a girl is, physically antagonizing him, and he just, ruthlessly beats the shit out of her. And there's a bunch of comments underneath that of guys saying, well, that's what you get for equal rights. That's what you get. Yep, uh-huh. I've seen, 3 of these in the past 2 weeks. I don't think this is a fucking secret, guys. Yeah, I mean, listen, I know it might sound like a hot take, but I actually don't think it is. People might get mad, but think about it like this. What would make you, here's a really good way to say it. What would make you believe that he actually abused those women? If you're a supporter and you think he's getting framed for all of this, what would make you believe that he actually did it? And for a lot of these people, you know what they're going to say? Nothing. Nothing is going to make them believe it. You know why? It's because it has nothing to fucking do with it. And even if it was true, they wouldn't care. That's why Chris Brown's on the radio again. Didn't Sean Penn beat the shit out of Madonna? Come on.
He's been called the king of toxic masculinity.
He has said that rape victims should, quote, bear responsibility for being raped.
Okay.
We're about to enter his compound in Romania, which was raided earlier this year as part of the rape and human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2022.
Is that true that you sequestered an American girl?
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
What about the rape accusation?
That's not true at all.
I mean, of course he's going to say that, right? I mean, like, yeah, no shit. That's what I would say, too. Okay,
Hello.
here we go.
Is this Andrew Tate's house? I'm Matt.
Okay.
Hey, hello.
Just a second to have a confirmation from Mr. Tate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just let me know when we're allowed.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Good to see you.
This place is giant.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour.
This is the place where he records the videos. Oh, I know this place, yeah.
Show you a lot of it. A lot of it's like off limits, but I can show you some of it. Gee, come bite them. Show them how scary you are.
Is this the normal level of security you have for your house every day, or is this just for us?
This is the normal level of security I have in my house every day. I'm prepared for all eventualities. It's better to be paranoid.
That's why he has that.
I kind of like cars.
I can tell, yeah.
This door leads to...
Those are nice cars.
I can't take you in there. That's classified. Up on there, I can't take you in there either. It's classified. You do know if you go to any off-limit areas like security, you're going to intercept. So when I point classified, I'm basically saying don't make them put a gun in your face.
Got it.
TV, which I never watch. World title belts.
Which I think that's fair, right? He doesn't want people going in his house snooping around. That's fine.
4-time kickboxing world champion.
And what's this painting over here?
That's my brother.
Who else lives here? Is it just you?
No, I live here with my brother. I think you get the best version of yourself if you live with other competitive men. I don't have loser friends. I like sitting down with people and discussing how we can make money from the conflict in Ukraine. That's what I enjoy. I don't want to talk about TV.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hi, by the way. Sorry to interrupt. I'm Matt.
Georgia.
Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up to, Georgia?
Working.
Working. Okay.
This is,
The woman I'm trying to speak to, Georgiana Noghel, would also...
He's like, okay. Yep, that's it. You're going. You're done.
later be arrested with Tate in December.
Georgiana, 2 coffees, please.
Accused of assisting him in his human trafficking operation. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, how are you? What are these guys up to?
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I run Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest online educational platform in the world. We've grown extremely fast. We have 110,000 students inside of a year.
110,000 people that are subscribed to Hustlers University. I think like the minimum Discord mods. Oh, you know, I mean, look. What did you expect? Did you expect like the NASA fucking war room? No. They're just Discord mods. Yeah, think about that, right? That's 110,000. How much is Hustlers University? I think I read it's like $25, something like that, right? It's $50. Okay, so 50 that's like fucking, that's a lot of goddamn money, okay? That's insane. That's like $5.1 million or $5.5 million. In a month. I'm pretty sure. I think it's a month, right? I have no idea. That's a lot of money. I should start my own university. Fuck this streaming thing.
Hustlers University. Hustlers University. Hustlers University.
For $49 a month, Andrew Tate's online Hustlers University promises to teach his millions of followers the secrets of modern wealth creation, from crypto trading to dropshipping.
No big deal, just the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it kind of a decorative sword?
I did a Tate speech about why I have this sword.
Okay.
A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate Speech.
Yeah.
And I talked about how the #1 problem with the world is that not enough men walk around their houses with swords.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, you know, there are some good points that Andrew Tate makes. He does have some W's. That's very true. So true. Absolutely, yeah. Why are people not walking around the house with a sword? Hell yeah.
That's up there for sure.
Because if more men walked around their houses with swords, so many of the world's issues could be fixed. But you have to extrapolate it.
Exactly.
Okay. For example, so the woman panics, she sees something on TV, the man comes home, she's like, oh, we gotta start wearing a mask, da-da-da. If the man walked around with a sword, and she's like, put a mask on, he'd be like, I'm brave, I don't need a mask. I'm a commander. Fuck you. It's just a symbol of empowerment.
Uh-huh.
You got your sword, your wife starts talking, you're like, shut up, I decide what I do.
See, that's the thing. is like it's funny, goofy stuff that it gets played off as, and then it's like, so what you really do is you point the sword at your wife whenever you want her to stop doing something that makes you mad.
Be quiet. Cook.
Andrew's unashamed.
Another exhibit for the court case.
Misogynistic and violent views so far seem to match his YouTube persona. But to find out how he's translated those into viral fame, I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast, Emergency Meeting, which is also a chance to get acquainted with his brother Tristan.
Welcome to Emergency Meeting, episode 13. We have a special guest, Matt Shea, who is internationally renowned and respected. He's a folk singer, and he's going to sing us a song.
Andrew's invited his mate on our show without my consent. I'm just going to have to...
I think that Tristan got a hair transplant. Like, if I go back and I look... Let me see. I'm pretty sure because, like, I saw their dad, and I seen Andrew. There's no way.
I'm just going to have to bite my tongue and listen to you guys talk most of this emergency.
No, it's not it's not like this is an indictment of his character. He's not a bad person. I might get a hair transplant. It's fine. It's just funny to mention. That's all. It's totally okay.
Otherwise, I'm going to walk off.
Matt, can you introduce yourself? Tell them about your singing career. Tell them where you're from, etc.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all in the slightest. No, sorry.
What? Are you calling my brother a liar?
You lied to me.
Case, yes.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people?
Have
you seen him?
No, I haven't seen the clown that hides the gay people.
So you've never seen him?
No. Is he here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him.
I get it. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people? No, I haven't seen him, so it means you're gay. Okay. I've never heard that. That's a new one. Never heard that one.
All right, let's be nice to our vice friend. So let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my brother that this is a setup, and this is what everyone...
I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the Borg.
You've invited the liberal news media to come talk.
They can all come. Just because I'm wearing a gun, I'm violent. Is that how it is? Just because I got knives all over the table and I'm a kickboxing world champion, I'm violent.
If you are wearing a gun and you have knives, that does make you a little bit violent.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Makes me security aware.
I don't want to sing a song.
I haven't
sing like you promised.
It's
You think I won't kick Vice out of my house. I think.
A few more minutes, or are we done with it?
No. You can sing now, or you're off the pod.
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break. Chatting shit.
Another 5 minutes, and we'll
Get you out of here.
You can talk shit back. You can annoy us if you want.
Don't worry. No, I know. I'm just not very good at it.
I don't think that's breaking. I think that's fine. Like, this part, as I said, I think that the bad stuff this guy does begins and ends with women. That's the main bad stuff. This here, this is totally okay. This is just goofy, funny content. Nobody cares. Nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's dying. Nobody's being locked in their house. Like, nobody's being threatened to be thrown off a bridge or a balcony.
Very good at talking shit.
Yeah, this is fun. This is just entertainment.
We've had a long career. We have to do our normal broadcasting.
Okay.
Kick him off the pod. Cool, man. Have fun, guys, yeah?
Bro, this is going to be the worst documentary about us.
What they gonna say?
I don't know.
He has lots of cars and money. All the women love him. He's sexist. Oh no, please don't put that on the internet. Who cares? Right? Whatever.
Within minutes of being on their show, the Tate content machine snaps into action.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Already.
You promised to sing to me. If you think I won't kick Vice out of my house, you can sing now or you're off the phone.
Tate Brothers embarrass Vice reporter.
Actually, I take that back. I want to make sure that my army is fighting, ethically and following the...
18,000 likes, 246 comments, 66 reshares. Oh, I accidentally liked it. Ooh. Let's see what people are saying.
Rip algorithm.
Tate win, as always.
Tate win, as always. Another Tate commentate W. Yep. Holy shit.
I'm impressed how easily he runs over weak men's arguments.
Yeah.
It isn't Tate posting all these videos, so who are all these people? Tate Brothers Embarrassed Vice Reporter was posted by a fan account that has 58,000 followers and 3.9 million likes.
I really hope that these fan accounts of Andrew Tate aren't the same people that meme on K-pop stans. Because, like, really, what is the difference? Standing Tate, standing Luna, come on.
And is just posting loads of videos every single day. Right in the description of his account it says, looking to level up your life, start here. It's a sign-up link to the Hustlers University.
Discord
Another
mods?
account.
Yeah.
And again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a clever formula here. It turns out a big part of Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing scheme where boys as young as 13 are instructed to share controversial videos of Andrew with links to the Hustlers University underneath.
That's smart. Yeah, because it's like basically, so if you want a way to explain this, so you have like Tate at the top, and then you have advertising kids, and we'll go ahead and we'll make this one smaller, and then we're gonna have that's a little bit too small. Let's go back over to like maybe this, okay, and then maybe another one here, and then maybe another one here, and then under this you have buyers, right? And then you have lots of oops, excuse me, I messed that up. Lots of buyers here, and if you see here, what we can do with this very interesting thing is we can just put it right in here. Okay. There we go. Convincing 13-year-olds to become part of your pyramid scheme. Interesting strategy.
Someone signs up through your link, you get 48% of their subscription fee. By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time. And he's tactically avoiding the impact of social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting, it's his legion of fans.
Oh, yeah. All I'm doing is saying that the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say. So that's the reason I'm all big on the internet.
Oh, I think that's true. I actually think that he's totally right about that. He is saying the things that everybody else thinks and everybody else says, and they're too afraid. Like, that is 100% why he's popular. Absolutely.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme.
You're a loser because your mentality is loserish.
Some kind of viral marketing campaign to swindle money from confused young men.
You never had the life I had, ever.
Or if he really believes what he says.
All I am offering is the truth.
Andrew first appeared on our screens as a reality TV star.
I've never been in a situation in my life so far, in my 21 years, where I really want something and didn't get it.
He had found an arena where controversial personalities thrive.
I have to manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened when Andrew was on Big Brother, one of the biggest reality TV shows of all time.
This is Big Brother. Due to events in the outside world, Andrew has had to leave the Big Brother house.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No.
And this was the one that, this was the one that the girl came out and said that it wasn't, like, this wasn't the, it was like foreplay or something like that. Yeah, it was role play. I thought so. Yeah, this is like BDSM.
Did I say it?
Which, by the way, totally fucking fine. I think BDSM roleplay, not my thing. Totally fucking fine if it's consensual. I think there's nothing wrong with it.
Public outrage simmered down after Andrew released a video of his ex, claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky game.
It was just pure game. It's just what we used to do.
But what the public didn't know, and what we can now reveal, is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool, the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women. One of rape, and a further of physical assault. In May 2021, Tate made reference to his arrest in an appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I was like, who are you? And they're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like, wait, this is dumb hoe? They didn't, but I'm going to protect her anonymity because I'm a nice guy. Dumb hoe.
During this same period, the Tate brothers were recruiting women for a webcam sex business and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck someone else because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
It was called...
Man. Can you imagine being the judge? This is like game journalist difficulty level case. It's like, let's review the evidence. I did it. Okay, there's 5 other videos of him saying the same thing. Okay, all right, yeah. Yeah, this is easy mode.
The Tate PhD, or pimping hose degree.
She was a fucking hoe, and I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to. And I'm glad I didn't waste any more time on her because she's never going to be doing like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me fuck other women, remaining loyal, and fucking bringing me coffees and doing as I say.
Andrew has closed down the pimping hose degree to focus on the Hustlers University.
Luke, your screen's compromised, yeah? So keep it super fucking vanilla.
But with a historic rape allegation in the UK, and the Romanian...
I do find it to be kind of funny that even at the highest level of this business, it all comes down to being a Discord mod. That's the real war room. It's happening right now on Discord.
Police now looking into him for rape and human trafficking. I want to find out more about his methods of recruiting women. Did you at one point say that the girls who started as your girlfriends and then worked for the webcam industry, 100% of the profit goes to you?
I think in a lot of households in the world today, the man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me
it's an interesting way to say yes.
View I have that you think is genuinely insulting or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
You prefer younger women who are 18 or 19 because you can leave an imprint on them?
No, when I say leave an imprint, I mean that. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, like, if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. If you meet a girl who's 22 and you're her second boyfriend, she's probably like a nicer person, less jaded, less upset, less suspicious.
So you like to be in a position of power?
It's not being in a position of power. It's about, I enjoy to show her amazing things. You're trying to attach things to the situation which aren't true.
5 years ago, you said rape is a terrible thing, but...
I'm going to be honest. I think that this guy's coming on too hard, and he's actually doing a disservice to the interview. Because if you had come on softer and not ask these questions super early on, you can probably get him to admit way more stuff than if you just fucking... Okay, so about the rape. You know, immediately. Are we good? We're back on. Sorry, guys. The Matrix almost got me. Yeah, now he's hostile, right? It's like if you, it's like one of those games, right? Where you have like a hostile relationship with an NPC and you have to like bring them 35 chocolate pieces in order for it to be unfriendly again. Yeah,
if you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay, so first, we agree that rape is a terrible thing. Point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that rape shouldn't happen because, or men raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen? Robbery. I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with £1 million in cash to someone wanting to just walk around their own city at night?
Well, female beauty is extremely valuable.
Of course.
It's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, okay. Man.
Of course, female beauty is extremely valuable in the eyes of men who seek to exploit it.
I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before?
The lover boy method?
Yeah. Romantically involving yourself with a woman and then making money off of her in some sort of sex-adjacent industry.
Firstly, I would call the webcam industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide.
He's probably right about this. He is, because you've got to keep in mind, Mike, yeah, he's right about this. Bro, why is it? Nah. Why is it that these guys donate tons of money and message these girls on OnlyFans and subscribe to them? It's because of the personal touch, and if you understand that and you understand how to manipulate that psychology, that's where you make the fucking money. Put 2 on top of 2. It's the psychology that matters. That's a baseless claim, though. Okay. That's fine. Think whatever you want.
Than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would, right?
Is that true? How can you measure that?
Well, it's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that lover boy method is that
let me correct you, because I'm a professional.
Is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to change what you just said. I have to at least challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen?
Ooh, well, I could think of 6. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I mean that's a. I mean at least minimal. Top groomer. Yeah, that's a bit odd.
One, tell me.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally. He won't let us speak to the women who work for him, so for now it's difficult to verify this claim. But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on their lives.
Okay, here we go.
To protect them from harassment, I've agreed not to name them.
Smart.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate to the point of threatening to release revenge porn unless I took back what I said on social media against his sexist, misogynistic views. It's like a virus.
It's kind of ironic, right? Isn't this kind of ironic that, like, she says that he's sexist and take back saying that I'm sexist or I'm going to release all of your nudes? Like, I don't know.
The things that he's spreading. The scariest thing is, I have no idea if the next guy I meet could be an Andrew Tate fan.
Yeah.
As a teacher, it's definitely worrisome. There are boys who look up to him, especially those that are maybe vulnerable and they're sort of going to go into the real world carrying those violent views with them.
I'm 14. The boys at school my age think that it's okay to say horrible things like women are man's property and they get to do what they want with them.
I feel like that's some shit that people used to say whenever I was in school too. Like when I was like 14 in like middle school, people would say stupid shit like that constantly. Yeah, it's just like edgy, stupid shit. Yeah, not here. I mean, I can only speak about like the middle school and the high school that I went to. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that's because of Andrew Tate or not.
Makes me really disappointed in my generation.
Andrew's views represent a new era in modern misogyny,
Start talking to some bitches, saying me and my man are gonna fuck you.
where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying women, but doing so actually garners millions of committed fans.
They don't believe the level that you can operate at when you're actually a G.
The most hardcore of them have traveled here to...
You're not a G. She's employed by you. You're giving her money. Like, really, this is like guys fucking... Like, it's so annoying. This is like guys that go to like a strip club or like Hooters and they get an ego boost because the people that are paid to be there are nice to them. Come on, man.
Romania to join
Pay to
the
win,
War
yeah.
Room.
The War Room is a fraternity. We're a brotherhood which is designed to inspire the best from our brothers.
Okay.
They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
At the top of Andrew's fraternity is a small group of wealthy and powerful men who all stand to gain significantly from the expansion of his empire.
Yeah, of course.
This inner circle is not happy that I'm here.
I think it's, I think it's actually very, very eye-opening that, like, why is it that so many of these content creators are like very big fans of Andrew Tate, and like people that are wealthy and have a lot of money are fans of him. I think the fact that they get kickbacks, I find that to be a very compelling reason.
After our testy exchange this morning, Andrew invites me to watch him train.
Have you ever boxed before?
No. But it turns out he's planning on teaching me a lesson.
Who's got spare gloves?
There you go.
I appear to have unintentionally walked into a situation where Andrew Tate is going to train me how to box.
All right.
Punch me.
Okay.
Punch me. Knock out. Oh, look like you're bleeding already. It's only round one. We've only warmed up. Keep them on, bro. We've got 10 more rounds.
No fucking way.
I meet and get punched in the face by the inner circle of the War Room. In the world Andrew is creating, not only are women to be subjugated,
Sorry, that almost felt like I got knocked out.
but men defined by their capacity to inflict violence.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Tap out.
You stopped. You were like, all right, pause, time out. Like, if that were having a street fight, would someone stop?
No, they'd pull out a gun and shoot you. What do you mean? Yeah, you wouldn't have hit him in the first place. You'd be dead. What are you talking about?
That's your reaction. I need to fight back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, you.
The War Room is a network. We have
America
10
moment,
meetings a year.
Texan
The
moment.
next one's going to
Yep.
be in the mountains of Transylvania. You could do it, but I don't know, my friend, if you're prepared.
We've left Bucharest and we're driving into the Carpathian Mountains to meet Andrew and his inner circle for the War Room, which is going to involve something called the test.
The test.
I've
all right,
made
I
it
like
into
this.
Andrew Tate's War Room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world, each paying $5,000 to have their manhood tested by the one they refer to as Commander. None of us know what he has in store.
I welcome you all to the test. There is a cage fighting event. And every single...
This reminds me, like, this is almost like a knockoff of Fight Club. Yeah, this last, like, 5-minute segment, that's what it reminds me of.
One of you has been paired against a
Here we
professional
go.
fighter. You will fight in the cage on national television, and it's a real fight. There are two paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think and make a decision.
That's going to be a hard no from me. Maybe I'll do a yes, just to learn a...
I would never want to fight somebody because, like, if they hit you in the head the wrong way, you're fucking, you know, it, like, changes the rest of your life. I mean, like, fuck that. Like, I don't want to get hit in the head. I've hit myself in the head enough. I don't need that anymore.
A little bit more of what happens, and then
Pussy?
definitely collapse
Absolutely.
at some point.
Does anyone have any questions?
Absolutely. You know why Andrew Tate wears glasses all the time? It's because he got hit in the head. I don't want to have to do that.
To ask me. There's no training before this fight. If you've been walking through life too lazy to fucking train, is that your problem or my problem?
I couldn't help overhearing some disagreement within the war room.
I think he wants to talk to you, wink, wink. What the hell are you doing? What's
It's gonna be fine, bro. We have an ambulance, we have medics. No one gonna fucking knocked out. Don't worry about it.
Wait,
At the center of it all was...
Wait, just fucking... Just like ad-lib that? Nobody even knew this was gonna happen. He's like... Bro, I'm gonna fucking pull a Tyler Durden in this bitch. Goes up there, it's like, you guys need to fight. Top G moment, man. Yeah. Classic Tate W. There you go.
Andrew's right-hand man, Iggy Semmelweis.
This the bald guy.
Here I will share with you my secrets.
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn the power of hypnosis.
Okay.
And seemed to have an agenda that expanded beyond the war room itself into something...
It's an actual wizard. I love this. He's actually a wizard. This is amazing.
larger and darker.
Oh my God.
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies. And your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies. Enjoying those juicy steaks, that finer scotch, those smoother cigars.
He refused to speak to us, but it's clear that he has a big role to play in whatever the War Room's real agenda is.
This is the War Room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Just like that, a third of the room decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate.
What happens to the people who said no?
They're doing something slightly different, describing the reasons they didn't do it, how that affects their life as a whole, whether they're gonna make any changes in the future to be more ready for opportunities. That's where honor comes from, right? From victory.
One of the men who said no agrees to speak to us.
I love how they're all like, my favorite part is they probably made them sit in the chair looking at the wall. That is so fucking good. I love this.
As long as we hide his face.
Why did you say no?
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like fought professionals and Russians. Like, they guys are serious. I was just too scared. So then afterwards, I felt bad about myself. And I was angry at myself. Because I came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of kind of controversial things online.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
A lot of things are very controversial. But I think the bottom of his message is a very, very positive one. Because if I'm not tough on myself, nobody else will be. Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me.
And that's the problem, is that he's actually right about this. Yeah, if you're not looking out for yourself, if you don't give a fuck, if you're not going to bat for yourself, nobody else gives a fuck about you. He's right, 100%.
Right? That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
People who decided this morning and people who decided at a later date here, please.
We have a chaperone following us. We've been told that we're not allowed to talk to anyone. What about in passing, asking people like, what single question?
Let me run this by Tate before we film. No other comment.
Okay, all right. Would you be up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Our chaperone vets who we speak to and tries to heavily control our questions.
I want to talk to
the show that you're not some sort of rowing extremist.
Why did you join the War Room?
I don't want to be fucking stagnant. I need to grow. It's just a fundamental shift in my mindset. What I think could be bad is always good. Before the War Room, I used to think, why is this happening to me? Now, what is this trying to teach me?
About Andrew Tate specifically and the things he says online, the things that get him negative publicity. What do you think about those things?
I think he's speaking the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Interviewing under the chaperone's supervision is proving restrictive.
Yeah?
No alpha craziness. He's an animal, this one.
So we can't speak to anyone?
Okay.
Who is this Miss?
All right, we know you. No, you're not interviewing him. This is a wild animal. Not going to happen. That's smart. I wonder what he would have said.
Mysterious chaperone?
He's an alpha wolf.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
true.
Matt, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, man.
I was wondering if we could have a little chat.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah?
good. Suits me, man. Brought over from Dubai.
Like most war room leaders, he has a sports car.
Do you want to do the interview in here?
Yeah, I don't see why not, man.
And like most people with a sports car, he's keen to show it off.
I remember back in the day, sorry, this is just like a random fucking story. I used to drive like my dad, which means that I used to drive like a literal fucking maniac. Like whenever I told my dad that Mizkif was driving 130 miles an hour in his car, my dad's first response was, "Oh, that's nothing. I drove faster than that last week. I went 140 down I-35 last week. What do you mean?" And so he's immediately trying to do this. So I used to drive like a fucking maniac all the time. And I remember I went down a road just like this, and there was a creek on the side, and it was a rainy day, and I went down there at like 80 miles an hour, okay? I lost control of the car. I slid past another fucking oncoming car. It was me and Jeff in the car. I missed him. I got home, and I was like, you know what? We're not going to drive like that anymore. We're going to slow down. We're going to follow the law. We're going to wear the seatbelts even. We're going to get insurance. We're going to call Geico. We're going to use the turn signals. We're going to use both headlights. It's going to be crazy. Allegedly. Yeah, no, I was driving like a maniac. Absolutely, yeah. I never, ever fucking do any crazy shit with my car now. Ever since that day. I was like, I think I was like 18. Like, it was like right whenever I first got my car. That's exactly how it goes. Yeah, I said, fuck that, man. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, I was a crazy boy, and give you guys some fucking advice. Yeah, no more speed. Yeah, do not fucking speed. Be very careful.
So, what do they call you?
In these circles, sartorial or the sartorial shooter. I'm one of the guys who manages organizational risk and security for the war room. So anyone with any criminal activity, maybe they are showing signs of being racist or sexist or any of these sorts of things, they're out straight away. We will not tolerate that.
And so how do you reconcile that with some of the things that Andrew, for example, says online?
Any claims of misogyny or the fact that he's, spreading hateful words, that's not the reality of who he is, and that's not what the war room stands for, and that's not what he stands for. There are many clips of him out there saying, I'm not a misogynist, I provide for my women, I would stand up for my women in a violent situation.
What do you think his detractors would say about, for example, what you just said, the phrase, my woman? Do you think that they would consider that to be misogynist?
The phrase, my woman, for me ties into
See, this one's much better. Like, this interview, this part, like, that's actually a very clever question for him to say that. Yeah, this is a much better word. Like, yeah, maybe he was nervous around Andrew Tate or something. I don't know. Maybe he was thinking about the chess game. Because, like, yeah, this is much better interview style.
Traditional values that we have.
Andrew's well known for talking a lot about his multiple girlfriends. How does that tie into this idea of a traditional relationship?
Men at certain levels can
Well, I read the Bible. It seems pretty traditional.
Provide for multiple women. And even we can go back 100 years ago, kings, wealthy men, they would support multiple families.
Absolutely.
How is that a bad thing? It's only very recently that men and women have been competing in pretty much in masculine realms, in work, in career. Not that long ago, and indeed in many cultures around the world, women still have the traditional gender norms. And we believe in the war room, that's what leads to happiness.
Rather than a career or, like you have, your own agency in the world to pursue your own goals.
Oh, I think this is actually something that, like, consensually I agree with. I think that, whenever I was growing up, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she worked from home, and if I had a kid, I would want to provide for like my wife and make it to where she didn't have to work. I think that's good. I am a traditionalist enjoyer, traditionalism enjoyer. Absolutely. But I wouldn't do that if they didn't want to. You know? That's the difference. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would allow them to like have their own car and, you know, leave the house occasionally. You know, like I think that's fair.
Women who I know who are most fulfilled in life are not trying to do the things that traditionally men used to do.
What about a situation where, this has just popped into my head,
like once a week,
where
right? Yeah.
I want my girlfriend, who I love, to be a kept woman, but she doesn't. She wants to pursue a career or something like that.
Then find a different woman. Very simple.
And that's fine. I think that part is actually totally fucking fine. Because it's like, in the same way that like, yeah, we don't align, all right? Thank you, but no thank you. Totally fine.
The core belief driving the war room and what men here are seeking is a misogynist fantasy of a time when they were kings and women were subjugated.
You can say that in a great... You can say that in a greater sense, sure, but I think going off of what that guy just said, I don't really think that's misogynist. I don't think so. Here we go.
It's at the heart of what Andrew Tate is selling. Just look at the tweets of Iggy Semmelweis, his second in command. My webcam girl is home 100% of the time, has no time nor interest in going out. She sleeps, cooks, cleans, does her shows, gives me all the money, gets railed by me and our girlfriends, then smiles, thanks me, and goes and does it again tomorrow. Welcome to the war room.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Now, it's quite possible this next story has passed some of you by, but you would be in a minority.
As the war room members and I are bussed to the fight location, the world begins to talk about Andrew Tate with a new intensity.
Ooh.
He is a 35-year-old influencer who's been accused of spreading rape
openly
culture.
condones and celebrates violence against women.
Hitting women. Kids are acting like the things that he's saying is like revolutionary.
11-year-old boys, they love
Please stop looking up to Andrew Tate. He is a bad guy.
With the PR...
I think that it's very easily understandable why guys look up to Andrew Tate. If you don't understand why guys look up to Andrew Tate and like him, you don't understand guys. Like, yeah, you're totally fucking, like, you're in another world.
Crisis going on, Andrew's team are eager for some good press, so they send an extra friendly chaperone to sell me on the benefits of the war room experience.
Smart.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
Wait.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
This is going to be good. I'm excited.
Okay.
My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
Okay, fair enough.
Life is all about how you deal with the pain and how you move forward. You're going to learn a lot about yourself as a man. So take it, make the best out of it, and grow as a man and be tough.
All of the men in this room seem to be taking this incredibly seriously.
Hell yeah.
What's your, goal for the fight?
Of course I'm going to try to win.
I see a lot of contenders right there who had the guts to come right here in the cage. If any one of them win one fight, is gonna win all their money, all their girls.
This is the culmination of Andrew Tate's pressure cooker of male insecurity.
You're a fucking broke. You are poor. I'm the only guy on this fucking platform flying around in private jets with 27 cars living this lifestyle. Most of you are not too stupid to become rich.
Are you ready?
I don't know about that.
But while they come forward to gratefully take the beatings they've paid thousands of dollars for,
you're here to lose a little bit of blood.
Andrew Tate's future on social media is hanging in the balance. And the public backlash is spreading.
Yep.
I'm desperate to ask him about all of this, but first I have to get through this ridiculous situation that I've found myself in.
Do it.
All right, let's go.
I think it's kind of a W for Andrew Tate. The fact that, this is clearly that in order to get this interview with him, this guy had to literally get the shit beaten out of him. That's what it was. Yeah, because you know this whole thing hinged on him getting in this ring. And the reporter, yeah, that guy, like, man. I mean, he's not a big guy. He's clearly, like, maybe he's a bit in shape, but he's not a fucking fighter. God damn.
Give it up for Matt.
Hey, yo, have other people watched this shit? Because, like, you know there's about to be some violence. Like, have other people watched this video? Like, did Hassan watch this whole thing or what? XQC watched it, Hassan watched it? Okay, alright, then we're good.
Now, as soon as the bell goes, Matt has passed the test. I know he's going to lose, but wow, he's actually in there. Let's go, Matty! Come on, Matt!
Whatever's going on behind the scenes, watching me get chased around puts a smile on Andrew's face.
Yeah, man. Takes to get stripped to the ground. And there's going to be a ground and pound finish. But that is it. The referee calls it. Hold on, man. Good decision. He was unable to defend himself. I hated these guys when they turned up. I almost punched Matt myself when he was in my house. You know what? He's officially won me over. I can't believe he actually got in there.
I do have to admit the consistency of Andrew Tate. This guy is willing to fucking put skin in the game and get in a fight. And he's like, you know what? This dude is going to try to ruin my life, but at least he's willing to go to war for it, you know? That's... Consistency is nice. Impress the dude fight? Yeah, I'm really... Yeah, this guy even more.
Those who went all in on their fight
shit.
Came out badly.
Oh, fuck.
One man was knocked out and taken away on a stretcher.
Jesus.
The inner circle had put these men through collective hardship and recreated them in Andrew Tate's image. Fighters.
Come here, guys. Come up to the front. He broke his hand on your head. And you're fine. So you win.
But they had also joined a movement that was widely accused of normalizing sexism and rape culture.
Yeah, by the way, like, this I have no problem with. I think this is totally fucking fine. A bunch of dudes get together, want to beat the shit out of each other. Not my thing. But, hey, totally fucking fine. Just
While the
guys
men who
being
chose
dudes.
to fight
Yep.
are paraded in front of the crowd, Andrew's team shamed those who refused.
This shame hold on to it. Don't let it go.
So anyone who fought, you can put your hand up, how the experience was, how it's going to change your life, and if you have anything to say to the people who didn't fight.
I don't think I have any word of advice for the people that didn't do it, except that you should have, probably.
Immediately, he went to check on me, and I'm thinking, I want to go train because I felt inadequate, right? So
yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Right now, I have new mountains to climb, and I'd love to get back here a year from now and go to the gym of the guy who beat the shit out of me.
Didn't it feel like a movie the last few days? I feel like that's a great metaphor for life. You know, we shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs. We should actually make our lives into, I guess, a movie.
I want to be known as one of the best fathers in the war room. I can't look at my sons and tell them to suck it up, Buttercup, if I don't say yes to this.
Yeah. I mean, if I don't agree to get punched in the head by a random guy, then how can I possibly raise my children? How could I possibly do this? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I mean, come on. Makes sense. Of course, guys.
Yeah, makes sense.
Whether or not they fought, all the men here paid $5,000 to the only real winner in this performance,
Okay.
Andrew Tate.
For the people who want to stay and relax, there's some chicks, don't know where they're from. Yeah, let's have fun. I hope you all enjoyed it.
We're told not to film the celebrations that conclude the evening, and it's not clear exactly what goes on. But once outside the lobby, we could clearly see a room containing naked women being photographed. With Andrew's team increasingly conscious of negative publicity, tonight could be the last chance to interview him.
Do you consider the possibility that some of the things that you've said, which have been viewed 11 billion times, may lead to an attitude towards women that could be harmful?
I accept that across all of that viewership, I have perhaps, possibly, maybe said
That sounds a lot like me. I am perhaps possibly maybe going to play a certain game. I'm going to perhaps maybe possibly stream on this day. This is, oh fuck.
Thing, or maybe two, that has upset a large range of people.
Wouldn't it make sense to just apologize for some of the things you've said, acknowledge that they have caused harm, and say that you won't say those things again?
No, and I'll tell you.
That's so silly. Of course he's not going to do that. Why don't you just say that everything that you said was wrong? Come on.
Why? I'm not going to apologize for the edits of other people. I'm not going to apologize for the misunderstandings of other people. There's a whole bunch of clips people are making which make me look very bad. That's not good for my life. That's not good for business.
The clips that portray your...
I think that one of the examples of like Piers Morgan doing a much better job, like narrowing down Andrew Tate saying this stuff, because like he is right that some of the things that he said haven't been taken out of context, of course, right? Like, you know, there's like 100 bad things he said, and there's a few of them that were actually misconstrued. Doesn't mean that there weren't other bad things, but like some of them were not. But Piers Morgan actually had very, very specific examples. I hope this reporter does the same thing, because if you don't, then he's just going to evade everything.
Negative light also help the algorithm to make you become more famous and more viral.
I'm not an expert on algorithms for social media platforms. I do not have most of them installed on my phone. I cannot control what a 15-year-old Singaporean decides to do when he chops me up and calls me names. I can't control that, and I wouldn't try to.
There has been a lot of bad press about you. That's made some nervousness within members of the war, and why is that?
Well, obviously, when people are going to continue to lie and continue to do very, very shallow, very, very fictitious investigations, people are going to lose faith in you. The media has lost all credibility because you do not try and portray the truth anymore.
One thing in that...
He's right about that. And I think a lot of people agree. This is the problem, right? Is that there are a lot of things that he says that I think a lot of people fucking agree with. Absolutely. People don't trust the fucking media. Absolutely not.
Stands in the way of truth, for example, is when we often do documentaries, we have full access to speak to anyone we want. But in this documentary, we've been very closely watched by the sartorial shooter, Alpha Wolf, picking who we can speak to, you know, monitoring the interview. What is it that you're worried that we're going to find out?
These questions are so low.
This is low. It's low. We let you in. We tried to take care of you, and you're sitting here and just attacking us for 3 hours, bro.
The world is asking these questions, and the viewers will be asking these questions.
It's a consistent leading question, a consistent narrative. Where's the question about the good he's doing for men? Well, there's a very clear narrative. I need to leave.
I love how it's a leading question. He keeps asking leading questions. Why isn't he asking leading questions in the other direction that make him look good? I hate leading questions. Start asking leading questions that make me look good. Come on.
In the days afterwards, Tate is banned from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, to the protest of his fans.
They have shut us down. This is warfare against the West.
For a moment, it seems the deplatforming has worked. But then he reappears on Instagram with an emoji covering his face.
You're lost. You understand you're living inside of a mechanism which is designed to control you.
He moves to Dubai, converts to Islam, sets up a new bank entirely owned by him.
You have to admit, it's fucking impressive. The will to survive. The absolutely fucking unrepentant will to survive. Yeah.
And rebrands the Hustlers University as the real world. In the first month after being deplatformed, he made $11 million and got 250 million views on TikTok alone. Months later, Elon Musk reinstates his Twitter account and he gains 1 million followers in 24 hours.
I have no criminal charges. There's no charges at all against me. I have not hurt any women. No women are coming forward saying Andrew hit me. Zero.
Yep.
Andrew maintains that he has never...
That did not age well. Yeah.
...never abused a woman. But when we get back from Romania, we finally manage to speak to some women from his past.
Okay.
Amelia began seeing Andrew in 2013. Due to fear of harassment from his fans, she is withholding her real name.
I always knew, even from back in the day, there was always things said bad about him. But when I'd seen him again in 2013, I thought, oh, all these rumours about him may be false because he's actually been really lovely. The first time I went around his house, because before it was like maybe 3-4 times we'd gone on dates, we started to make out on the bed. Out of the blue, he literally just stopped what he was doing and just laid back. He said, I'm just contemplating whether I should rape you or not.
That is a that's a bit odd. It sounds fake. Yeah. In case it is fake. That's a really good point you bring up. So what's happening here is that they're using a program to change the voice of the person into another voice so you can't tell who it is. So that's why you think that, yeah, it actually is a fake voice. I commend you. Many people might not have known that.
I promise you, within an instant, he changed. He just jumped straight on top of me, grabbed my throat, started suffocating me, strangling me. The more I didn't want to, it made him so much more aggressive, to the point where he was pinning me down, hurting me. The things he was saying to me, he was like, who do you belong to? Who do you belong to? And the more I couldn't say it, the more he'd hurt me. So I couldn't see an escape. And at that point, I just gave up. I just gave up. And then when it stopped...
So you think, wait, so you guys think that it's actually a guy and the audio is totally fake and none of this happened? Yeah? All right. Okay. I mean, I can't disprove that. Yeah, I can't disprove that at all. I will say that the suffocating thing, it's something other people had said before. Interesting, like little parts there. Makes it a little bit easier to believe, but okay.
He went to the bathroom and acted if it was normal. So I'm like, maybe I did. Did I want it? Did I not? I definitely said to him, please don't, and he told me shut the fuck up. Definitely got strangled. I definitely didn't want it. Did he think I wanted it? When you look back, the psychological warfare you have with yourself is like you couldn't even imagine. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't understand it unless you've been through it. Can't even say the damn word.
Have you since come to terms with the notion that that may not have been consensual, that may have been...
I know for a fact it wasn't consensual.
But it's hard to use the word.
Even though I know technically it's true, that did happen, that is what happened to me, I still don't like vocalizing it.
Amelia's method of coping with the alleged rapes was to pretend to herself that it was a normal relationship.
The abuse wasn't consensual because he knew I didn't want it, which he confirms in multiple voice messages and texts to me.
Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turned me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. And all the women I've ever slept with, not a single one has ever bitched or complained like you are bitching and complaining now.
Every few months, Andrew would send me on a different number.
I mean, that's kind of bad. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It is like, I said this whenever this audio went public the first time. This person said they went to the police with this audio at the time or at some point afterwards. So you can go and verify this. Yeah, you should be able to verify this. Now, I can't say whether Vice verified it, and I can't even say whether Vice has the authority to verify it. But I think this is something that you could figure out. Video evidence or SIA? I don't know, man. I mean, you saying that, like, all of these people, like, do you think, I mean, there's no video evidence of Bill Cosby. Do you think Bill Cosby's innocent? Come on.
Messages to remind me of how dangerous he was.
I thought I'd remind you of the caliber of man I am. I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
Scare tactics to make sure I wouldn't go anywhere, go to the police, wouldn't report, would always be under his control. It was always to remind me that he was there.
After 6 months, Amelia eventually left Andrew when she says she began to fear for her own life.
I bet.
In 2014, she also decided to report the incident to police, who logged it.
A year after, I got a phone call from a...
Somebody in chat said, so he did that and she went back to him, LOL fake. That's what you'd think, right? And I can see why a lot of people that like don't really look at these stories would think that. But as somebody who's unfortunately had to read, like, I don't know, probably 200 of these, it's pretty common. Yeah, it's actually really common. Like, you see that a lot.
Police officer from Hertfordshire Police. She said to me, we have 2 other girls that have come forward and said the exact same thing as you. Would you please be willing to come onto this investigation to make this case stronger? And without any hesitation, I said yes.
Okay.
And I thought, well, if there's 2 other girls, I'm not alone now. I'm not alone.
Right.
One of those women was Sally. She was 20 when Andrew Tate approached her for webcam work.
Okay.
Due to fears of harassment from his fan base, she is also withholding her real name.
First night that I worked for him, Andrew bought me like 5 bottles of wine. So I got completely drunk because I'd never done webcam work. So I was very, very nervous.
Okay.
Then that night, we were just sitting on the bed and Andrew punched me in my arm. I went to the bathroom and cried. It really, really hurt to have someone just hit me in the arm for no reason. I was very confused. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
So then when I came out of the bathroom, he was super, super nice. Like,
Is this one's fake too, right, guys? Yep. All right, another fake. Okay, got it. Both fake.
I remember Andrew didn't have any alcohol at all. It was literally just me. That night we cuddled and we ended up having sex, and I was
trying to
really,
bring down
really
the top
drunk.
G.
That was my first night. Then it was kind of like every single night I would work.
Were there any other instances where there was physical abuse?
He used to strangle us as well.
Okay.
There was another time when he came into the bedroom, me and the other girl, we would sleep in the same bed with Andrew, but at this time the girl had a partner, so she was not interested in Andrew at all. And I had gone to the shower, I came back and I noticed he was, like, I saw him raping her. And,
So what were the police doing? Like, I don't understand. How do you have 3 fucking people with this dude with I don't understand this. Like, what the fuck are they doing? How is this shit real? And then at the same time, the UK police are too fucking stupid to take the audio recording of him saying that I was raping you and just play it to the fucking judge. How is this so hard to... I don't understand. This is crazy.
when he threatened to beat me up in the bathroom, and he said, "Oh, I don't give a fuck if you call the police, I'm going to beat the shit out of you."
Yeah.
That's kind of when I knew, you know, I had to get out of there.
Oh, the police, by the way, like the police, the thing is, you have to go to the police, you have to ask the police for help. But, like, they usually don't do shit. That's the truth. If anybody has been in this situation, Amber Heard situation, bro, think this is more like a Bill Cosby situation, where like, as soon as one person comes out, there's like a half a dozen other people that come out of the woodwork at the same time. I find that to be unlikely. I understand. Here's the thing, guys, is I understand fake accusations happen. Absolutely. And if I had a button and I could push the button to put Andrew Tate in jail, I wouldn't do it. And do you know why? Because I have not seen and reviewed all of the evidence. He deserves his day in court. He deserves a fair trial. But I think this is extremely condemning. This is very, very condemning. And I don't see how any reasonable person can look at all of these points on the graph and then say there's not a correlation. That's it. You can believe whatever you want to believe, and it's true that he deserves his day in court. But god damn, this looks pretty fucking bad, doesn't it?
Working for Andrew about March, April time, and I went to the police shortly after that. Nothing was done, really. The other girl that he had raped, she went to the police, and then that's when they arrested him and took him.
Sorry, I don't want you to pause again. Somebody says, you try your best to show you're showing your bias. Of course I'm biased. Because all of the evidence points in one direction. The moment, and I clarified this before anybody else did, is that the moment that they played the video where he was doing that BDSM shit with that girl, I was like, this one was fake, it's not real. I am extremely fucking fair. But fair does not always mean neutral. Whenever you have 1,000 fucking points of evidence that are in one direction, remaining neutral is not remaining fair.
Into custody for like 2 days. When Andrew was arrested, we were taken in for a proper interview, and it kind of just got left. I would send emails asking them to update. I'd hear nothing back.
When we reached out to Hertfordshire Police about this, they had this to say. We acknowledge that there were some delays to the investigation. This was addressed at the time and apologies were made. The decision to prosecute based on the police's evidence would be up to the Crown Prosecution Service.
What the fuck, man? The thing is, like, these are the people, like, because the truth is, like, assholes like Andrew Tate are going to continue to exist. Let's say they decide, Elon Musk is like, I have the perfect solution. We're going to send Andrew and his brother up to the moon. Problem solved, one-way trip. That's done. Now what? There's going to be somebody else that's just like Andrew Tate. There's going to be a lot of people that are just like Andrew Tate. And if the cops can't fucking deal with this, they are the ones that are letting this happen. Because if they want to, they can go to his house and arrest him and then put him in jail. Nobody else can do that. Only the cops. And it's their responsibility. And they're not doing it. This is pathetic. It's a disgrace.
Unfortunately, they turned around and just said, oh, we can't continue this case anymore. It's just insufficient evidence.
You witnessed the rape occurring. Did that not count as evidence for them?
No. They openly said it's really, really difficult to prove rape. Very difficult.
The Crown Prosecution Service said, in this case, we carefully reviewed all the evidence provided by the police regarding each complainant and concluded it did not meet our legal test and there was no realistic prospect of a conviction.
That's fair. I think that's fair. If they say there's not enough evidence, okay.
In the UK, only 1 in 100 reported rapes result in a charge, let alone a conviction. In a statement issued via his lawyer in Romania, Tate denied the assault or rape. He said, they wanted money because I fired them. The police understood.
It's a 1%. So keep in mind, 1% conviction for rape. Do you know what the chance is that there's a false conviction? That somebody lied? It's 5%. So isn't that a little bit odd that it's a 5% chance and people are freaking out about that, but somehow it's unreasonable for girls to be worried about something that's a 1%? It's nuts.
After the investigation that I am innocent, and the police found messages from the girls' phones where they were talking between themselves and planning to lie about me. Sally said the CPS sent a letter saying that one of the reasons they didn't charge Tate was because they found voice notes on our phones where we talked about whether we should tell the police that he gave us alcohol. We were talking about it because that is what happened. He used to get us drunk.
Okay.
They clearly didn't think a text from a man to a woman saying, I love raping you, I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling.
That is crazy that I love raping you isn't enough to have an investigation. That is really surprising to me because, like, in my opinion, I feel like that's pretty big. Yeah, like that's, yeah, oh man, that's, yeah, more bias, I'm sure. Could be fake text though. Oh, they can just confirm that with the carrier.
To CPS, apparently, that's not enough. I did the bravest thing I think I ever done in my life, which was hell. 4 years of absolute hell going through.
This is why girls don't do it. By the way, why they don't go to the police is because they do shit like this.
Investigation without anyone knowing, and basically have to do it alone.
Yeah, I really hope that I really hope some of the subtext of this is like how insufficient the police was with this situation. Because like if the police had acted faster, none of this shit would have happened.
It was all a waste.
Despite repeated requests, Tate's lawyer did not provide a response to Amelia's allegations.
Oh, no shit.
The Romanian investigation into Andrew Tate and his brother finally led to an arrest on the 29th of December.
The Matrix has attacked me.
Police accused them of using the Loverboy method to traffic at least 6 women into a Romania-based webcam sex business. But we now know similar allegations have dogged Tate for years. His followers are obsessed with the idea that the Matrix is conspiring against him. But if anyone in this story is the victim of a conspiracy, is it the multi-millionaire celebrity? Or is it the women who claim they were abandoned by the system?
Yeah, that's
you know, you see all these young men talking about how he's such a great guy and he's their idol and stuff, and that's so difficult to see. There are better role models out there. Don't be fooled by all the money and the nice cars and all the women. Working on yourself and becoming a better man and better mindset, yeah, but real men don't lay their hands on women.
That's nuts, man. Oh my God. Whoever tried to cancel 100% is related to all these allegations because canceling did not work, which makes all these have a higher chance of being fabricated. I don't know, man. Like, I don't think it's a very good argument that this is a great interview. Comments are turned off. There you go. If you guys want to give it a like, yeah. I'll read some comments that some of the viewers have, you guys have to talk about it, and we'll go from there. So Vice is the CIA. So you think Vice is like they did all of this just to make him look bad, and it's all an inside job, and all of these different points like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Vice, other online social commentary websites and individuals, all of these women, the Romanian government, the UK government, the production team of Big Brother, all of these people are all collectively conspiring, even just by conspiring of working towards a shared goal, not a formal conspiracy of ruining Andrew Tate's life. You think all of these people, it's all a big conspiracy. If you think the answer to that is yes, I can see why you give him $50 a month. Okay. Yep. Explains itself quite well. Let me see here. Vice are notorious for twisting the story to fit dialogue. They did it with PewDiePie and Jordan Peterson. Now, I don't think Andrew Tate is not guilty. He definitely is. Oh, I think that you're absolutely right that Vice had a lot of leading questions. And as an example, I think the interview that the guy did with Andrew Tate with the, what was it, like the chest, this thing here, where is it?
Sure,
this part was like really bad. Like he did a totally bad job on this part. But I think later on, like this guy got punched in the face for the interviews. And I think that's impressive. That's a ballsy thing to do. Absolutely. People like Andrew Tate need to fight the other side on a spectrum, but you don't need to be a criminal for it. Not so good. Let me read about a few more of them. And did you hear about the case of Benjamin Mendy? He was accused of rape by 6 or 7 women. He got suspended from his football club, stayed in prison for more than 5 months, and at the end he was found not guilty on all the cases. I'm not saying that this is the case of Andrew Tate, but you can't ignore that it's a possibility. By the way, 2 of the 6 said that they're not victims. 2 of the 6 what? The people that are in the court? I mean, I'm not sure exactly. It's definitely true, and it can totally happen. But can we at least agree that with the amount of people that are coming forward, that like the amount of people that turn out to be innocent whenever one person comes out forward is probably greater than the amount of people that turn out to be innocent whenever 5 people come forward? Like, can we at least apply a basic common sense level of logic to this conversation? Okay. Yeah, it looks very bad. Yes, it does. It looks very, very bad. And Benjamin Mendy is still guilty. What the fuck? I have no idea. Your logic is fabricated. Okay, no logic in it. Okay. So you think that if you took a sample of 100 men that were charged with rape, and there was one person that said it happened, and you looked at how many of them got convicted, and then you took 100 men that were accused of rape with 5 people saying that they did it, you think that those conviction rates would be the same? Yes? Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Of course. Absolutely. Listen, the thing to me is I used to spend a lot of my time trying to disabuse people of notions that they have in their mind. Here's a tip for you guys. You cannot reason a person out of a position that they did not reason themselves into. I'm not even going to try. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. Totally fine. Yeah, I'm not going to try to... I'm not even going to waste my time. Let's see here. All companies simultaneously banned him. It's not hard for those women to simultaneously come out and frame him. I think that... So... I don't think that's a very good argument, and here's why. Because the other companies have global visibility of each other. The women that he was in relationships with might not have that same level of visibility of each other. So, like, for example, like TikTok is going to hear what Facebook does, and Twitter is going to hear what Instagram does, right? So it makes a lot more sense that these companies are going to do this. Matrix argument, easy. Yep, it's done. What point do you think it's an emotional argument? Because if you step back, they'll just grab the next thing they can make up. Well, I think the reason why is because it's not socially acceptable for people to say that they don't have a problem with what he did. But I think that's really what the truth is. I think a lot of people don't really give a fuck and they don't care. And they can't say that because it's not socially acceptable. But they'll go and they'll pretend like it didn't happen because that's what they have to do. That's what I think. Maybe that's a little bit too real, but that's what I think. Let's see here. Seems like the kids pay $50 a month. They're reading the chat because they can't handle you spitting facts about their dad. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, listen, here's my overall verdict on this, okay? As somebody who's not a fucking judge. I don't know whether Andrew Tate is guilty or not, but I find it incredibly concerning that he has gone on record saying that he liked raping somebody. There are multiple people that are saying that he did this with similar, you know, details in their stories, and he's being investigated for it. I don't know, this seems pretty bad. And then there's leaked text messages about him saying that he wanted to launder his money. How many of you guys launder your money whenever you get done with your job? None of you, probably. People launder their money whenever they're getting their money from something that they shouldn't be getting their money from. That's whenever you launder money. So what's he getting the money from? I think this is a very interesting question. What are these? Let's see here. What's your take on this? 50 Shades of Grey and nuances of BDSM. This is why the shit needs a signed contract, because exes can make these claims in revenge for breakup, jealousy, or a grudge of consensually subjecting themselves to this lifestyle because it got them off at the time and now ashamed in retrospect. I mean, okay. But don't you feel like that goes in the garbage whenever the person who does it, like, you know, like it's in and out of character, right? Like that's usually how a lot of these like relationships work, where like, you know, these are functional people in real life, but underneath they're wearing some BDSM harness. So don't you find it odd that even in private conversations between the two of them, they refer to it as rape? Isn't this odd? I don't know. I mean, it seems like it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I believe Tate raped traffic woman. You start collecting puzzle pieces, ton of signals against proof, but Vice is leftist, globalist shithole. I don't care about Vice. You see, I do not... Everything that I read and I listen to, I assume is a lie. Anytime that I hear something like whether this, you know, whether it's a girl, it is possible that Vice fabricated this entire thing. Absolutely. And you can never rule anything out. But I don't think that's what happened. So I'm making a judgment call. It's a stopped clock is right twice a day. Even if you disagree with what Vice has done in the past, that does not necessarily mean that everything that they create is fake. Yeah, let's see here. And also, you know, don't you think that this police department would come out and correct them or say something if Vice incorrectly quoted them as not pursuing a rape case? Of course they would. The government would immediately come out and say that. You're already in deep shit? Yes, that's exactly why they would do it. They don't need anybody else making fan fiction of it. No, I think rape can be used as a synonym for hardcore sex, so without context, I can't see it as an admission, but with context, it's really sus. Yeah, well, you're probably not having either one of them, so don't worry about either one. I don't want to hear about that. It's so fucking weird. Shut up. It doesn't even make sense because like half the girls are drugged, so like they don't need to do it like super rough at all. Like you just, what are you, like 12? Ugh. Pause on the text at the end of the video. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Somebody'd have to like link it to me. Let's see. Is it barking at a dog and cat? Yeah. A bad media outlet can occasionally do some good, just like a chatter can occasionally say something smart. And in this case, as much as I hate Vice, the reporting is probably true. Well, I'm always open. The thing is, why would the government come out and correct them? The government's so big, no one will give a shit after the singular story blows over. Why would the government care that somebody is defaming them and saying that they refuse to prosecute on a rape case? I think that 100% they would do that. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I would expect that to happen because of lack of evidence. Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it happened at all. They're defamed every day, so what's the difference? Because they're not defamed by a company that has 16 million subscribers on YouTube and releases videos that have millions of views, that have massive impact, and name them directly. That's what the difference is. Boys in the UK don't care. People walk around with knives and rob in broad daylight. Well, that's probably true. Check the latest Tate tweet. Oh, fuck. Let me see this. Alright, let's watch it. My case isn't criminal, it's political. If you want to know the truth, you need to look deep into Romanian politics.
Cătălin Tate, a Romanian journalist, writes for the National.ro website an article where he makes a connection between the Tate brothers case and the Romanian election year 2024. He states that the Directorate for Investigating Crime and Terrorism has had the leadership position vacant since 2020, and ironically, on the 28th of December, a day before the Tate brothers were arrested, the Minister of Justice puts out an ad stating they want to occupy this position. By arresting the most Google men in the world, the present management team would score a victory in the run for leadership.
Probably true.
Drawing the conclusion that, and I quote, at a certain level of the system this is actually considered an ordinary PR stunt, end quote. Why? He implies that the D code could have some influence over what will happen in the Romanian election year 2024, taking into consideration that the new leader will be appointed by the Romanian president on the 1st of March at the beginning of the electoral race. So, landing such a big case will provide a life raft for the current management team and their political affiliation. And obviously, whoever is going to be the head of this organization might provide some dirt on various political rivals and could influence what will happen in Romania for the next 4 years. What we can understand from this article is the fact that the Tates are just pawns in the grand scheme of things. For their own internal games of power, the Romanian justice and political system are going to capitalize on the notoriety that the Tates possess. Ensuring a thorough investigation and an aggressive prosecutor, as stated by the most prolific forensic psychologist in one of his interviews, the Romanian justice system is under pressure to deliver their best performance so far.
Okay, so they're saying that they arrested him because because they want to get reelected? Yeah, that's possible. I mean, sure, that could have happened. I mean, yeah, maybe. We'll have to see what the evidence is. It's unlikely. Yeah, yeah, it's very unlikely. But, like, it's possible, sure. Yeah, it also, like, there's also a world where there's a chance, keep this in mind, there's a chance that they arrested him and they do not give a fuck about human trafficking. They don't care about the girls. And all they want to do is get reelected. And in that universe, he could still be guilty. He could still be guilty. Even if they're doing it completely for their own personal gain, he still could have done it. Moves to a country with escaped proper justice system, complains about a non-proper justice system. Well, you know, that's the way it goes. And that's where yes, it would go in a garbage situation. They need a contract, right? I don't know. I think that, again, isn't it obvious that somebody just going to the police and saying that this happened is not sufficient? Because if it was, then they would have done the investigation and tried to follow it through. So your entire premise is built on a lie, because that's a lie that's been proven by him and by these girls. 3 of them are saying the same thing. The government didn't do anything. In a world where 2 brothers, a battle of good and evil. Yeah, I guess so. The defense doesn't deny his guilt. No, it does not. It does not. Doing the right thing for the wrong reason is still doing the right thing at the end of the day. Yeah, well, I don't care about the Romanian government. I don't give a fuck about their elections. Why the fuck would I care about that? It doesn't matter. This whole situation and trafficking accusation to draw attention to the authorities, to the mafia that he might have connections to. Yeah, maybe. They needed a slam dunk to make their careers. Plenty of evidence to put these scumbags in jail. Yeah, exactly. Once we're going to sleep early. Yeah, I will pretty soon here. I just want to finish this. Read the Romanian article. It's one of the most controversial newspaper sites, and the assumption is built on top of assumptions. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to just wait and see. But, like, I don't know. Like, if... I feel like there's a lot of evidence. I don't know. You have, like, a lot of people coming forward, telling stories that have similar details lining up. You have text messages, voice recordings, public admissions of things that are adjacent to that. I don't know. It sounds pretty bad. I don't know why. I don't know why so many people try to refuse to acknowledge that. Stories are not evidence, though. Everything else isn't solid. That's right. And that's why they need to have the court case, and they need to look into it. That's exactly right. That's right. Use Occam's radar. Greta got him. Yeah, there you go. They also believe the Earth is flat. I really hope all this is fake. I don't want any women to go under the all the allegations. You can hate all you want. This dude, but wanting this to be real makes you a bad person. I don't think you want it to be real. You just want the right thing to happen. Like, I don't want them to be. That's such a weird way to look at it, man. Like, no, that's not. No. What the fuck? What is this? Oh. Yeah, pick another high horse. That one's not good enough. Didn't Andrew Tate brag in one of his videos that he had deep connections to the Romanian mafia? I don't know if he stated Romanian mafia or even mafia specifically, but he implied that, if not outright stated something similar to that. Yeah, I remember that. Sure. Would you troll through chat's log a little bit? Yeah, maybe. Believe in the Constitution, that's where I'm at. Well, that's not very good, because last time I checked, the United States Constitution doesn't really have a lot of power in Romania. Yeah, I don't know. Observe the evidence and decide whether or not he's guilty. You're not choosing whether Andrew Tate's going to do these things. These things may or may not have already occurred. It seems so from the evidence that it did. Yeah, exactly. You're saying stupid stuff about selling drugs and laundering money. Yeah, there you go. No matter wanting to be a true or false is lose-lose. If the women were abused, it's true. If not, women are lying about abuse. No winning here. Well, I mean, you just want to see somebody that does this kind of stuff be, held accountable for it, right? They break the law. You can't have that happen. Do you think the government should take swift action? Should take swift action to bring justice to women? Yeah, I think it would be important for the government to be able to understand these cases better and to be more understanding towards them. I've heard a lot of stories where girls go to the police and their story just gets ignored, or they don't even. It doesn't get to the point to where they get dismissed without evidence because the police don't even care enough to look at the evidence in the first place. It sucks. Text her at 4306. Video got taken down. Okay.
I love raping you. Didn't speak.
What do you get from me hating it? Because I'm a terrible person. Mr. Fucking Nice, yeah. Makes you feel powerful.
A text from a man to a woman saying I love raping you.
I mean, is that...
I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling. To CPS,
I don't know. I mean, that seems pretty bad. Yeah, like, why are we watching that? I mean, that was bad. What the fuck? What about the two there were victims and came out and said it's all false? Well, number one, how would they know that? Well, that's how would they know that it's false? They weren't even there. How would they even know that? Oh. Pause on the second text screen. Okay.
She was a beautiful woman.
Alcohol.
They could,
I don't think so. You're not stupid. Why would I talk to you if I didn't want to see you? If I consent, it's not rape. Okay. So what is this? I don't understand. Maybe they're being playful. At this point, guys, I think we just need to let the government do its work. Because I don't think there's any level of evidence that people could, like, somebody could give to you and be like, okay, here you go, do you believe it now? And you're still gonna have a reason, oh no, that's not, oh, that's different. Oh, well, I mean, that's different, it's different. Listen, there's nothing like, I mean, bro, you have video recordings, fucking text messages, audio recordings, like actually no video recordings of it, audio recordings, that's what I meant to say. Him admitting to different things like this on publicly, like, bro, this is a slam dunk. If you're not willing to believe this, you're not paying attention. You've already decided. There's nothing that's going to convince you. Yeah. That's not an admission. Stuff can be fabricated, as seen in the Amber Heard trial. Yeah, don't you find it interesting that, like, Amber Heard was the only person on trial there talking about how bad Johnny Depp was, but, like, in this one, there's, like, 5 other people? Isn't that interesting? And, like, Johnny Depp doesn't have, like, a bunch of, like, of his content out there about how much he likes raping people, and, like, why he moved to a, second world country to, because you know, like that kind of stuff isn't as big of a deal over there. Like, I don't know. It's just like, ooh, you know, like, ooh, it's kind of bad. Yeah, Johnny Depp had his ex-wife defend him. Actual brain rot. Well, the thing is, like, no, we're no longer a third world country. Is it? I don't know. I always thought, I don't know. To be honest, totally real, like, I don't know the state of Romania. Maybe it's a great place to live, and it's better than Austin, Texas. That could very well be the case. Everything I see in, like, movies and, like, everything, it makes it seem like it's kind of a shithole, but I don't know. I mean, I've never been there. Yeah, I have no idea. Texas pretty shit, yeah. Brainwashed by Hollywood. Well, I mean, it's like I'm gonna make a decision off of that, you know? Like, it's just it's just an impression I have. That's all. Saying there's never been a time where someone famous has been accused from multiple women and come out innocent. Let's just wait for the trial, okay? Like, I've explained enough. I think that, again, look. Yeah, I mean, look, you're just gonna have to wait and see. Don't you think if he gets out of the situation, he will be almost unstoppable? I don't know what's gonna happen if he gets out of this situation. I guess we're gonna find out if he does. I have no idea. Yeah, trying to save him, it's hopeless. It's not a big deal. You say that like they're gonna believe what the judge has to say. That's true, yeah. They're like, well, based off of overwhelming evidence, fake evidence and testimony. Yep, paid actors, and then yeah. So we're gonna convict them of paid off the judge too. Matrix too strong, too OP. Man, this is fucked up. Yep, fake news, fake judge, fake evidence, fake fucking recordings, AI recordings, you know, fucking paid actors, you know, fake text messages, Verizon's in on this, fake, like, oh my god. Oh, fuck. I don't know, I guess we're gonna have to find out. Man. Moon landing fake, yeah. They need a male judge for this? I was thinking the same thing, brother. You know, we boys, we gotta stick together, okay? We gotta look out for each other. You know, these girls nowadays, I mean, shit, bruh. Shut the fuck up. You're so dumb. Oh.